everybody? This is Jumpin'. This is going to be part 7 to my Elder Scrolls SKYRIM. I just said Rim because I know I say Rin a lot. It's a bad habit, guys. And it's always call it what I like to call it. But yeah, I know it's SKYRIM. But anyway, this is going to be part 7 to my DAWNGUARD DLC playthrough. Today we're supposed to be infiltrating this castle, pretty much the vampire's lair, and we're looking actually for Serina's mother. So that's pretty much our mission, and pretty much all you got to do though is just kind of go around the back area where the rocks are, and you will come across some enemies. Once you reach these enemies, you pretty much know that you have made it to the right place. Alright, now this video is actually gonna be it's gonna be somewhat long. It's not gonna be like super long, but it's gonna be somewhat long. But the next video is ridiculous. Like, it was probably the longest part of the whole DLC. Took me forever to do because I'll get into that in the next video. But yeah, the next video it's not gonna be that long because I'm gonna edit the crap out of it. But just saying, just telling you now that. Yeah, it was a nightmare, and originally I intended to make both these two parts one, and I was like, wait, that ain't gonna happen. This would be like an hour long if I did that, so I did not want to do that. Alright, so anyway, right now I'm just killing these couple skeletons, was shooting them with the crossbow, and now I can pretty much go on inside this this back part of the castle. That's pretty much the whole idea of this. This is like an underground railroad, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty much like an underground area of the castle, and we're gonna infiltrate it from here. The main idea of this is that we're looking for these Elder Scrolls, and one of the Elder Scrolls, Serina's mother actually has it. So that was pretty much the idea of this, is that we're gonna look for her mother to see if she has a scroll. Now, you know what was crazy to me about this whole part of the story is that they don't really know if Serina's mother is actually in the castle. They just kind of have an idea. But isn't that, I mean, that's really risky to do something like that, to actually infiltrate this castle with nothing but tons of vampires, just to on a hunch that the mother might be here. Like that seems just unbelievable. Like, this just seems really retarded to me, why anybody would do that. But hey, that's what they went with, so that's, I guess, okay. It's not really a big deal. Alright, right here I'm just sneaking around a little bit, trying to be a little ninja and kill a couple of these guys. At this point though, I'm gonna give up on that and just start rushing the enemies. It's really hard to sneak with Serina. She really will give your position away, because right as you kill an enemy, and this happens a lot too, so what will happen is that if you kill an enemy with Serina on your squad, or following you, she will like raise that enemy from the dead. And if she does that, that is just like the worst thing she could do. Just because it's gonna any other enemy around the area, and ooh, right in the titty. How you like that? But anyway, any other enemy around the area will be immediately like hostile towards the animated corpse or whatever it is, and yeah, it's gonna give you away. So that's the biggest problem with her. But sneaking is kind of whatever. It's good. It's fun to do, I think, but you don't need to do it, especially if you have good weapons and stuff. All right, right here I'm just looking around, seeing if I can find anything. Pretty much there's a lever here. You gotta pull it. Now she's gonna tell you to go to make a left. I don't know what's on the right path. I'm sure there might be something over there. It would make a lot of sense, but just for video's sake, I'm going to go down the left. Normally, I would never do that in a game. If someone says, oh, go right, I'll always go left. If they say, oh, go left, I'll always go right. Because if the game developers intend for you to go in a certain area, I just have to assume there's something in the other path or in the other area that is there. Even if it's nothing but, let's say, a treasure chest or something. And this room is really creepy, honestly. There's nothing but skeletons. Was pretty cool, I thought. Like, it gives you a real good vibe of just vampires throwing dead bodies over, like, I don't know, down a dead body chute or something, and they would land down there, and then they would feed their dogs with it. Really creepy stuff. This whole undercroft of this castle is, I think they really did a good job with this. It gives you a really good creepy vibe. There's nothing but corpse and skeletons and spiders and feral vampires, which is what you would imagine would be down like in an Undercroft, just like in Blade. Weird vampires, you know what I mean? Like really, really sick vampires. All right, so right there, I just pulled a lever. That's pretty much the whole thing you're supposed to do in this left path was just to pull that lever to extend that bridge so that we can progress further. Now, at this point, you could go down the other path if you want, but I'm just going to go down the bridge because I really don't care. Even if it is something over there, it's probably nothing. It's more than likely just a treasure chest. And now we're going to go into the courtyard. So this is what's up. And this is pretty much where we needed to go this whole time. Was she wanted us to go into this courtyard that used to be her mother's garden. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Alright, so now we're in the courtyard. It's pretty cool, I guess. Like, everything's pretty much dead, and you can pretty much hear Serena at this point. She actually will talk to you a little bit and tell you, like, what's up.
The whole place looks, well, dead. Set foot here in centuries. Castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this.
Alright, so she just told us that something about the moon dial that's in the middle. Now, that was really dumb, I thought, because I guess you have to get through the whole conversation with her to actually get the ejector to pop up. And in that process, I actually went into this room. This is the North Tower area. I mean, it's definitely a new area in this castle, but I mean, I don't know. Actually, if you want to get that chest, I didn't think about it, but if you want to get that chest, all you gotta do is whirlwind sprint across that. There's actually going to be some skeleton enemies here. And at this point, my objective just popped up, which is investigate the moon dial, which is pretty much what you have to do. Now, I'm going to have a kind of a dumbass moment. You know, you got to remember, this is my first time playing this when I was recording. So, all the puzzles, all the little dumb things, like find this, do that, I have no idea where they are, so I have to find them for the first time. And yeah, you know, like, it could be kind of, it's not challenging, it's real easy, honestly, but you might just be confused, like me. Okay, so now I know that the objective is something to do with the moon dial. So now I'm just going to go over here and investigate it real quick. There's some type of enemy here, I don't know what that's about, but where the hell is this enemy at? I have no idea where that enemy is, but I guess it's on top of the castle or something. That's really weird. Alright, so here's the moon dial. It doesn't really do anything. You can't. I thought maybe you can activate it somehow, but you can't. But if you look around it, you're going to see all these moon crests and stuff. And right here, I just put down one of the crescent moon crest, or one of the crests that go to this moon dial.
I'm telling you, there's something strange.
So now we can talk to her about. I'm actually going to ask her about the moon dial, just to figure out what's going on.
I'd say the moment Mother fled the castle, Father went on a rampage. Knowing him, anything at all that reminded him of her was just destroyed. It appears that way. I suppose he wanted to put the past behind him. Perhaps if he had spent more time with us, he would have recognized the beauty for himself. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence. The previous owners of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard, and obviously that didn't appeal to my mother. She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements. You can see the plates that show the phases of the moons, Maser and Secunda. That's the thing. What's the point of a moon dial? I always wondered why she didn't just have the whole thing ripped out. But she loved it. I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out. That's a long story. The short version is that my parents and I, we were followers of Molik Bal.
Tell her anything you want right here.
Look around for the
I actually didn't even finish that. I don't care how she became a vampire. Alright. So now we're supposed to look around for these moon dial crests. Now here's the thing is that I wasn't really thinking, so I decided, okay, well there has to be something in this North Tower area. Maybe they have spread out these moon dial crests throughout this whole little area. Makes sense. But in fact, no, all the crests are actually going to be in the courtyard. Now, is it worth coming in here? Yeah, probably, just because there's going to be some nice stuff in here. There's going to be like some chests and stuff if you want to get the stuff in the chest. But overall, there's really nothing fantastic here. So you don't really have to come in here if you don't want to. You just can pretty much look around the courtyard until you find on the moon dial crest. But I came in here because I thought personally there might have been a moon dial crest in this room, but there's not. They're all in the courtyard, and they're very easy to find. The only downside is they don't put any indicators on them, so you have to pretty much find them yourself. But you will pretty much see in this video where they are if you haven't got to this part or if you didn't know. Alright, so right here we're going to be attacked by a gargoyle sentinel, which is, I don't think it's a new enemy. We've fought gargoyles before, but this whole castle area is going to have a lot of different gargoyles you're going to have to fight. Which I think the gargoyles are pretty cool enemies, honestly. Just because they're just something different. Like, and Skyrim needs that. That's the thing about the DLC I like the most, is the fact that it makes the game a lot different. And that's great. That's really, really awesome. And I said in, I think, my last video, but I'm going to continue with that, is that I really think that the best way to play the DLC is just to start over from the beginning. And choose to do the DLC sometime in that process, and you gotta think every time you fight Felmore, the Felmore like dramatically change. A lot of things change in the game, so I'm just curious to see how it's gonna affect the rest of the game as I go through it. So I don't know. Now, like, that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on beating Skyrim again. Now I'm gonna continue also playing Mass Effect and doing videos for that. But on my own time or on my spare time, I'm going to play some Mass Effect. Not Mass Effect, I mean Skyrim. Like I said, if you want to get that chest, all you got to do is whirlwind sprint across that. I don't know. Like, was so, like I told you, it was so long since I played Skyrim, I forgot all the things I really like in Skyrim. And I know I keep saying Skyrim, but my bad, guys. I'm sorry. It's Skyrim. But one of the things I really like in the game is whirlwind sprint. Like, that's like my favorite shout because it just saves a lot of time. There's actually going to be some, there's going to be a Mooncrest there, and there's some Nightshade there. Nightshade is awesome, so it's pretty decent ingredient if you want to grab it. Alright, so at this point, I kind of figured out, okay, these Mooncrests are probably all going to be out in this courtyard. So, let me go ahead and look around for them. Alright, just got another one. Don't know how many there actually are, but I'm just going to keep looking for them. That's got to be some type of weird texture design over there. I thought that might have been a Mooncrest. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these on the dial just to see. I don't really know how many you actually need, but I'm assuming you need some. I guess that one I don't have yet. Let's see here. Here's one, and yep, here's one too. So now I believe I have to. No, that was it. That's all I needed. That's crazy. Thought there might have been more, but yeah, there's only 3 of them, and they're pretty easy to find. Just gotta explore a little bit. Alright, so now we can go to the bottom of this little castle area, and it's pretty suspicious, so it kind of tells you that, yeah, more than likely her mother is somewhere here, but, I mean, of course she is. It's a video game, guys. It's just, like I said, it's kind of crazy that they actually decided to do this on a hunch. I mean, think about it. Would you actually want to infiltrate a castle of vampires that are all trying to kill you and turn you into a vampire on a hunch? Or would you want to be pretty goddamn certain about it? Alright, so there's going to be a little secret door here. And there's some creepy stuff going on over there.
Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
And And we just kind of investigate a little bit and see if there's anything in this room. I don't really think there's anything worthwhile. And this room's pretty cool. It's a skeleton dinner party, I guess. Some type of, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but I remember when I walked in this room, the first thing I said was, "Ooh, it's time to party." Just because like it looked like they really were having like some type of party. Now skeletons are very whack enemies, which I'm so glad in this game in Skyrim they made skeletons whack, because if you played Oblivion, you might know that skeletons at first were very whack, but then later on in the game as you leveled up, skeletons became like so durable. They were halfway invincible. It took you so long to kill them with your like weapon or sword. It was just stupid. Where in this game, skeletons are skeletons. They're freaking skeletons. It's like I can poke him and his head will fall off or something, or I'll just kick him and he's gonna be shredded into pieces. So yeah, skeletons are meant to be very flimsy because they're skeletons. So Oblivion always drove me crazy with that. I'm really glad they fixed that in this game. And no matter what, every time you fight a skeleton, it's going to be like the wackest enemy in the game. Besides, like, I don't know, freaking rats are probably the only other weakest enemy in the game. Alright, there's gonna be a locked door here. Pretty much, I remember when I opened up this door, I was like, ooh, that was worthwhile. A linen closet. That's all that is. It's a fucking closet, guys. So I wouldn't even bother with that. I don't think there was anything in there that was good at all. So I wouldn't even bother wasting lockpicks trying to pick that. Alright, so here's going to be a gargoyle. There's tons of gargoyles you're going to have to fight. Pretty much every time you see a gargoyle statue, just be prepared to pull out your weapon and be prepared to attack it, because there's a good chance in this area it's going to bust out a gargoyle and you're going to have a nightmare. So try to remember that. Alright, there's going to be a skeleton up here. Let's go ahead and take him out real quick. You might hit him. Yep, you did. Alright, so it's actually another skeleton up top over here. If you have a ranged weapon like a crossbow, you can take him out. If not, you're going to have to run up there and kill him. So let's see what's over here. I don't really know if there's anything special over here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there. Like, some of the statues won't become gargoyles like that one, but like I said, just be prepared for any of the statues to bust out a gargoyle enemy. Alright, let's see if there's anything over here. Yeah, there's really nothing over there. Alright, so the whole point is just go up the stairs right here and just keep progressing. Don't think there's anything special now. There actually, in this area, there will be a side quest that I missed, and it's an actual side quest. I did miss it. I know about it. One of my friends told me about it, and I probably would have not even done it for the playthrough, to be honest, just because it didn't really sound that interesting. But I mean, I would totally do it in the future on my own time, but especially if I start over in the game, I'll definitely do it. But when I get to the part where I'm pretty confident you can get the quest, I will tell you about it. And I probably won't be able to point it out to you because I haven't done it yet. I don't really know exactly how to do it or how to start the quest, but I will pretty much just give you a tip about it. Because if I missed it, I think it's probably really easily missable. So, alright, now this is totally going to be a enemy, you can tell. Like, it's just so scripted. And now we just go ahead and kill this thing. Normally it takes about 3 arrows to kill a gargoyle. It's weird because the sentinels take like 3 arrows, where the brutes, which I thought were going to be like a stronger enemy, or a stronger gargoyle class, are actually like only takes like 2 arrows, or weak as shit. So I don't know. Like I guess sentinel means tank or more health or something. Now, I don't know what the hell this pull chain does. I'm sure it does something, but I just don't really know. Let me go ahead and I pulled it. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely go up top here. Don't really know what the hell that thing did, but up these staircases where you're gonna need to go. Gonna be attacked by another gargoyle. Go ahead and just shoot him all up in his gut, and pretty much he should die. And now we can continue to progress. Like I said, gargoyles are dope just because they do have a lot of good stuff. They drop a lot of flawless gems and stuff, which I mean, on a, like I said, if you start over, those can be very useful to get. Otherwise, they can be really difficult to get. Now, there was something over there. Like there was either two ways to go, either through this locked door or through that pull chain area. I think they both lead the same. They both lead to the same area. I think the only difference is that you're able to get all, like, you can get those weapons or all the stuff in that room if you want it. If you pick the lock, I really think that's the only difference. I kind of even double checked just to make sure that that was the only difference. Alright, just give me some skeletons down here. Go ahead and kill them real quick. Yeah, like, let's see here. Yeah, okay, like right there, that was, I think, the pull chain door behind me. That's a really weird looking statue right there, I just realized. Yeah, there's an enemy somewhere around here. I don't know where the hell it is. The enemy's somewhere around here. I'm trying to find it, but it's just being a pain. Now you gotta remember how weak skeletons are. Serena could kill it in like one shot. I do believe, yeah, this is definitely the way we need to go though. It's up here through this door. So it's just up the staircase or whatever. And another room. You can investigate it a little bit if you want. I don't think there's anything in that room. There's really not too much good stuff at all in this castle or in this area of the castle, to be honest. And even if you miss something, you can always come back really easily. They give you an option to come back here anytime you want. Now this room's going to contain 3 statues, and yeah, of course, there's actually going to be 3 gargoyles. So, you know, it's pretty obvious that that was going to happen. At least to me, I was like, oh, there's going to be freaking gargoyles in this room. And yeah, they pretty much died real easily though. And there's, I believe, a couple more though, because there was a ton of statues in the room. Yeah, there's, I think, just one more. It's going to be a gargoyle sentinel, which like I said, I guess is a stronger version of a gargoyle, or the strongest version of the gargoyle enemy. Not really too sure, but alright. There's going to be a coffin up here, and some vampire royal armor. So yeah, that's definitely probably worth taking, because I think it's the only, I think it's like an upgraded vampire armor, which vampire armor does look pretty cool, I do have to admit. And yeah, just like in every dumb movie and stuff, it's always going to be a candlestick is going to be where the trapdoor is. That's pretty obvious. Right here, I'm going to actually take a look at this vampire royal armor. It's pretty nice. It's like the royal armor is pretty much like a mage's robes, but with actual armor rating. It's like light armor. I think that's really cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go through this room. Now this is pretty much gonna be like the end of this area. You just gotta wait for Serena to go up here to keep the quest going. There's actually a Daedra card over here, so yeah, definitely recommend grabbing that.
Look at this place.
There's actually a lot of really good ingredients here.
I mean, she taught me everything I know. I had no idea she was
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in this room now. I was trying to listen to her, but I'm kind of ignoring her by walking away. If you walk away from them, you can't hear them as well, so.
Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there.
Alright. So she just told us to locate her journal, which the first thing I'm going to do is go, I believe, to the balcony? Not really too sure. No, I'm going to look around for the journal. Like I said, there's a lot of good stuff. Now, what I wanted to say about this other side quest is that I think somewhere in this room, there's a bookshelf where you'll find her journal. That's going to ruin it for you. I'm going to have like a little bit of an issue finding this journal, feeling like a dummy, just kind of looking at everything. Because, I mean, you really just don't know where it's going to be. I even go to the bookshelf eventually. I'm just like, I don't think it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I come back later. I'm like, oh, there it is. Here's the bookshelf. You'll find the journal here. And in one of these books, you can actually start a side quest, which is something to do with a forge. And you're going to be able to make, like, some unique items and, like, a weapon or something if you complete the quest. But one of these books, actually, like I said, will contain the side quest. The other main thing that you'll find on this bookshelf will actually be her journal. I'm not too positive if the book you're looking for is going to be on that bookshelf, but it makes the most sense that it would be, at least to me. Like I said, I haven't started the quest yet, but one of my friends told me about it, so I'm pretty sure he wasn't lying. Anyway, I just cut it ahead because I had no idea where the hell I was going. I didn't want to waste time looking for this, but yeah, it is on the bookshelf like you could see. And there we go. I just got the journal. So that is what's up. Now we can talk to Serena.
Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
Alrighty, so our next quest is going to be to gather some stuff. I'm going to say that for the next episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please comment, please like, please subscribe, and like always, have a nice day, guys.